this band? I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slayer! Metal Horror Madness! We're back, baby! We're back with our first guest, one of my favorite people in the world, one of the baddest son of a bitches you'll ever see in the metal scene. This guy's done it all, he's seen it all, and he's just beginning somehow. He's just beginning. I don't even know how he does it. So young, so handsome, hair flowing like a Greek god. Erik Thorstenn from Bonginator! Bonginator! What's up, man? What's going on? Great to see you as always. Always love hanging.
Yeah, thank you.
You got
Thanks
it.
for such an awesome intro. I appreciate all that.
Erik, you're the death metal rookie of the year. You're the death metal up and comer. You're running festivals. You got multiple bands. You're with all these other bands, helping people out, bringing them to that next level. Dude, this scene needs you, man. This scene needs
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no, I mean it. I mean it. You've multiple projects guys has got going on, festivals. I want to ask him some questions, get to know him a little more. A lot of times when we hang, we're just screaming all the time. We don't know what's going on here. Gonna ask you some basic stuff here. I gotta be the basic guy sometimes. I like my White Claws and my bikini on the beach. How'd you get this name? How'd you get the name Bonginator? I mean, I know how you got it, but how'd you get the name Bonginator, Erik?
So like when I started Bonginator, I was just like writing the first EP. Like I was just making some death metal. And then like I kind of had the idea of like, doing the 80s movie thing. Basically, the Doink City Massacre EP is just like Terminator 2, but everyone smokes weed.
Yeah.
So originally it was actually going to be called Terpinator, like terpenes.
Amazing. That's sick.
I felt like not a lot of people would get that.
No, you have to be into it. Yeah.
Bonginator.
It's by the way, to interrupt myself, interrupting you, the 80s theme. The 80s thing, you make me laugh so fucking hard every time you're on that stage. Watching you up there, you guys line up like it's Maiden and Judas Priest, 1986, right? The wind's coming in, Tony Katane's on the Camaro over there, and you've got this confidence, and you're just shredding, and this place, and your intro's going on, we'll get into that, and then you just break into that hardcore death metal. It is the greatest fucking thing going on in the scene right now, man. It is brilliant.
It really is. Yeah, I love playing. It's it's favorite thing to do.
I see it. We all see it.
Yeah.
Who influenced you? And I'm sure I could think of a few just by hearing your sound, but who are your big influences?
So like vocally,
Yep.
It's Cannibal Corpse.
Yep.
Hands like I've just been into that like my whole life.
Same.
I love Corpse Grinder.
Yeah.
He has this kind of like power and enunciation that I really try to go for. But then in terms like musically, a lot of the newer shit, 200 Stab Wounds, Sugabog, a lot of like, I saw a lot of other bands doing the retro thing, and I had that small background doing like synthwave music, and I was like, I can really incorporate that and make something cool.
Yep.
But then Death Clock is a huge one. Brendan Small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge influence, just like in terms of like a silly death metal band.
Yeah. Yep. That's the thing.
Like the music is top notch.
That's what you guys do, man. You guys are tight. You got the sounds, you got the vocals, the synths and stuff with that. Literally, you listen to, when people ask me about Bonginator, I'm like, there's Bonginator. There's nobody else like them. I'm like, this is a one of, and that's hard to find, man.
I should also mention Fulci is a huge one.
Yeah.
Like when I was working on the first EP, like I heard what they were doing.
Yep.
And that kind of got me to like want to do more with the synth stuff. See, like, because at first I was thought like the death metal crowd might not be into it if there's too much, but I was wrong. Everyone loves more and more with each album we put out.
Yep. You know why? Because it's like your music, like you're one of those death metal bands that I can almost dance to this shit. Like I put your shit on in the kitchen, and I'm just like grooving to it, and that's the stuff I like. Right? You could have there's a million bands that all sound the same as we know, especially in death metal, right? Especially old school.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're like bridging that gap.
Part of that is, what a lot of people like about it. They like the fact that they know what they're going to get.
Yep.
But at the same time, there's a lot of people like myself that want to keep expanding the genre, want to,
Yeah.
make it new while still being old school and like
Yep.
maintaining those values.
Yeah, you're the band that bridges that gap with the old heads and the young. Like it's literally that band. You have that old school traditional death metal value, and we need those values, right? We need those values in metal. There's got to be rules to these things. And then you broke some of the rules by putting the other stuff in there. And again, seeing you live, dude, is like that is next level. I got so fucking hyped at RPM when you hit that stage, man. I was losing my shit.
RPM was a blast.
That was great. That was great, right? You wanted to ask him about you were at his first show.
Yeah, so I happened to be at your first show at Ralph's.
The one at the 5-9?
Oh no, okay, so it was Ralph's. When did you play Ralph's with Bonginator? Was that not the first?
That would have been our second show.
Second
show.
That's where I first found out about you guys. That was a sick show.
Our first show was at the original Bonanza location. It was called the 5-9, and it was this guy Rob's basement. And it was sweet. He like remodeled his basement to be like a whole venue.
Yep.
But he got shut down like this past year. That's why we had to move the Bonanza. But rest in peace. That place was awesome.
That's sick. Now Ralph's? How many times have you played there?
Only twice.
Twice.
Maybe 3 times. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I love Ralph's. It's like one of my favorite venues. It's just 21 plus.
Yeah. That's the only thing that sucks. I know. I'm at some of these, even when I was up at, which I want to bring up next, the fucking greatest festival I've ever been to, the No Rules Festival, the Shit's Going Down Festival. Erik's going to get fucking rowdy. I learned, stay out of his way when he's in his own lane, in his own zone too. This fucking guy's everywhere all at once. The New England Death Metal Fun Time Bonanza. You know that one?
Yeah.
Dude, that location, that again, the thing about Erik, everybody, the thing about Bonginator, the Bonanza, we're going to get into some Scissor Hash. There's nothing like the shit he does. This venue was fucking crazy. I wanted to stay there for the week, for a whole fucking week, dude.
Yeah. So the place is called Charlie's Hill.
Yep.
And so the first Bonanza ever I did there.
Oh,
right?
Okay. Yeah.
But that was it was nowhere near what I did this year. It was just like a show, I think there was like 11 bands, just like one day. But so I knew about the spot because Vic's old band was playing there, and I saw it, and I was like, this kind of sucks for a one-off show,
right?
Where like it's out in the middle of nowhere, and even though it's great, it's like everyone wants to stay there and get fucked up, but they have to go home at the end of the night.
True.
So I immediately was like, okay, but this would rule for a festival.
Yeah. Yep.
Like
you're right.
So yeah, that's how. So the first year I did it there. The next year was when my buddy Rob did all that work on his basement. So I was like, okay, I got to put it there. Got to put it at Rob's house,
Yep.
Because it was so sick. And then the following year, he got shut down, and we moved it to Charlie's Hill, and it was definitely a blessing in disguise. Like just the scale of it, like everything we did this year, like I don't think it could have gone down better.
It was all I could tell. So Erik is nice enough to invite me up there. I felt like a fucking VIP, which I should be. And I get up there, and I get dropped off in the middle. The madman's confidence, the swagger. He's all of a sudden dropped off in the fucking woods. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here? I have no idea. I walk in. There's Vic the Gargoyle of the mighty RSI ready to greet me. I'm like, here we are. I'm with my family. Everything's going to be cool. Erik stops by to say hi. I start walking around this place. Guys, you don't understand how you have to go to this festival. This is the future. You're going to have a fucking problem one day with the amount of people there, dude, because this is like debauchery, hell on earth, but yet family. Very good family. Felt very safe there. Felt like nobody's going to fuck around. Too many of us ready to pounce if we need to. But just this feel good out there. We're all partying hard. There's an indoor stage, outdoor stage. Erik, the setup, the places you're walking through. I felt like I was going to a fucking theme park, man. I really did.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Next year, like, we're definitely gonna work a lot on improving the setup. I know a lot of the vendors didn't get a lot of foot traffic this year,
right?
So, but our plan is to expand the back and put all the camping back there. Like,
okay, that makes sense.
And then keep all the vendors in like this front stage area.
Yep. Yeah, I heard
Um,
some were hit or miss. I know Christina from Creep and Death up in Salem, she did great. Like her booth always does
yeah,
fucking good though. But I
yeah,
still it was again for the shit you're putting together this quick at this age, dude. Like it's fucking bad crazy. And here you are in there doing all this shit, and you got everything set up that that thing shouldn't even be functioning with the amount of how many bands were there? Like 40 something bands. Fucking
yeah. There were
crazy, dude.
43.
43
Yeah,
bands, Eric. That's fucking
yeah.
psycho, man.
Do you have any
It
bands
was
for this year?
definitely like next year. I'm definitely gonna do less bands.
Yep.
Also want to get bigger bands, of course. Like
Yeah, yeah.
keep growing the festival.
Yep.
But yeah, like there was a lot of. It's really hard, because we tour a lot, and I meet so many awesome bands.
Yep.
So it's really hard, like picking and choosing which
Oh.
ones to bring.
And they're so nervous because like I was talking to the final girls and I guess someone dropped out and they put in, they were like, we're so fucking psyched. Like it means so much as you know this to get on a bill, to get on a festival, and especially
Yeah.
something like that where again, it's a newer festival, guys, but this is the fucking future. Like watch what he's doing up there, man. Watch what and what I like too, Eric, is you're everywhere. You are hands on everywhere, making sure shit's got to be where they got to be. People got to move. They got to move.
Oh yeah.
Which is great because, as you know, sometimes people put shit on and you don't, and it's just fucking chaos.
Yeah, it was a lot this year. I think I'm working on getting a group of people as
Yep.
like staff and
Yeah.
doing it, delegating a lot of that responsibility.
Smart. Yep.
Yeah, it was definitely overwhelming.
Yep.
And I realized like I was like picking shit up really like
As you went.
something would come up and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I gotta do this now, I gotta do this
Yep.
now. And so yeah, like a lot of my friends like helped out so much that
Yeah.
weekend
Yep.
that like now they're just part of the Bonanza team.
That's so
and,
sick.
we're doing it.
I know, and I was trying to help, and Eric's like, "Don't pick up shit. I invited you up here. Go sit over there and play with the other
Yeah,
kids."
no, I'm also huge on that. Like,
I could tell,
if you
dude.
paid to be there,
Yeah, I could
then
tell.
well, you didn't. I invited you.
But still, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know you're
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but I see with your character like that, which but I mean that too. Like if you need help next year setting stuff up or helping we make some phone calls to certain people, as you could tell, I'm good at that shit. I like to talk and I appreciate you. Dude, I appreciate you. So I look at that as a great favor you did for me. I had literally, and I've been everywhere this summer, dude. I've been at a million fucking shows. That was my favorite fucking time. I had so much fun, man. Coming back that second day, dude, I couldn't fucking wait. I couldn't wait, man. In the indoor, the outdoor, just the chaos and the intensity of all the bands. And it was just such a fucking. I can't explain to people because unless you go see it, right? That venue's one of a kind. It's one of a kind, and your vibe there is one of a kind.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything goes,
You're
but it's
like-
not the Wild West. You have rules and shit, which is good too.
Someone said someone called it the gathering of the Nuggalos.
Amazing.
I thought that was great, and I think it's sick because like I'm I am kind of curating my own
Dude.
gathering of the Juggalos here,
Dude, you are, man. Like, I mean, I walk in and people are handing me shit right away to smoke. I'm like, why the fuck didn't I come here earlier? What the fuck? This is great. They're walking around with fucking bottles, now, Eric, sometimes I like to have a few. It's a little downfall of mine from time to time.
Yeah.
And there's people walking around there like, Jack Daniels, but you want a shot? I'm like, why the fuck not? I'm on vacation.
Dude, yeah, I should also mention like a huge inspiration for this and like why I made the Bonanza the way it is so like last year we did we did RPM Fest. This is 2023. We did RPM Fest and FTA, Full Terror Assault. And like I noticed a huge difference there where like RPM like rents out a location, and that location has a lot of like rules and guidelines.
Yep.
And they do a really great job in doing that. But when I went to FTA, it was the exact opposite.
Oh wow.
Like there's little to no security.
Yeah.
Like, they'll help you out if you need.
Yeah.
There's people there, but it's not like they don't have like patrolling security, no one near the stage. It's totally BYOB. That's something I borrowed from like.
Yeah, that was sick.
And then like you can just kind of do whatever you want there. And FTA is also like even deeper in the middle of nowhere.
Really?
In Illinois.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, so this year the lineup there was like Gate Creeper, Suffocation, Deicide. It was
sick.
It was awesome.
That's good.
But yeah, so I'm talking about last year anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw what they were doing with those festivals, and I was like, okay, I really got to make the Bonanza like this.
Yep.
Because when you kind of let people govern themselves, then especially in an area like at a setting like that where it's like multiple days, you're hanging out with the same people.
Yep.
You don't want too much security there, just kind of ruffling everyone's feathers.
True.
But the priority either way is like safety.
Yes.
And so I'm glad the Bonanza went off as successfully as it did.
Yep.
Because like I tested that out.
Yeah.
And it works. You kind of just let people do what they want to do.
Let them do what they want to do. And like I said, I had that like to describe it, it was fun. It was a fun time. It was fucking brutal. It was intense. But it was just like people would think the way I describe it. I'm like, it was fucking chaos. It was like fucking fire coming from the sky. Everyone's drinking, everyone's smoking, bands are thrashing. But I'm like, but
it's not Woodstock 99.
It's not Woodstock 99. It's family too, man. I felt fucking good there. Like I felt all of us did, and I felt people like making sure everyone had water. And I saw all of us like, hey, you need food, you need a lift, you fucking fell down, let's pick you up. And that's the thing you've curated. Yeah, you've got the right people around you for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that ties me into, besides that success, which there's nothing this fucking guy can't do.
Yeah, right.
Another thing that you are insanely too good at your fucking age is the fucking merch, dude. You got fucking balls, you got CDs, because you got everything.
This hoodie right now.
Oh, sick. That's badass.
We got this I wanted to get a design that was like some cheesy ass thing you'd see in a smoke shop.
Yep.
Like some thinking like those Rick and Morty bongs.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit. So I had my buddy Cody Kaufman do the design, and I've been putting it on as much tie-dye stuff as I possibly can.
I noticed. That's sick.
I love it.
That's so fucking great, man. It's so, like I said, the merch with that, with the clothes, and then even your album cover art and all that shit, man. That's fucking intense. And when you're fucking fucked up and high and shit, looking at this shit, it starts talking back to me. I'm like, is this really fucking Rambo on here?
So that was my buddy Stephen Cummings. He's a tattoo artist in New Hampshire.
Nice.
He's in a band called Womb Eater, and they did a shirt design with it was this alien monster, and it had this huge vagina that was spitting out Rambo babies.
Nice.
And I just loved it. And so I had him do the artwork, and I told him like put a bunch of stuff in there that even if you've seen it 10 times, you can still find tiny little things.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fun to look at, especially when you're feeling really good. I'll be sitting there looking at your shit. And then listen, like I said, the shit that gets me going is I'll hear the fucking hardest death metal I've ever heard in my fucking life. And then you'll shred into it's a 1988 Iron Maiden Seventh Son of a Seventh Son fucking solo this guy's ripping into. Yeah. It's so fucking sick. And I mean, a child of the 80s. I'm 47, right? So I fucking loved everything 80s to me. I'll listen to some fucking Bananarama after some fucking Deicide. Like, I don't give a shit. And I feel like you and Vic get that vibe a lot, too. Like, it's that fucking, that fun, it's all of it. The fun 80s times, but yet we're going to overindulge also, right? We're going to fucking party, because that's what we did back then. And you guys you're grabbing the baton and running with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vic and I both are really into that stuff. I'm really into the electronic stuff and artists now making retro stuff.
Yep.
I listen to a lot of synthwave and
sick.
But then Vic is really into 80s new wave and stuff.
Yeah, she is. The song she chooses, man.
The favorite band right now is Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I don't know what I did. A Johnny Hates Jazz song. My videos too. I do all the craziest for no reason. I'll just throw the 80s. She's like, I love that song. I'm like, I love you even know that fucking song. Like, that's the shit I play all the time. I'm like you guys, where I like that. I like the extreme, but I like to have fun, right? And I do think they go hand in hand. And for a while, it seemed like in music, it was either you were extreme. Like we saw it in the 80s with the thrash bands. There'd be the serious shit like my favorite fucking band, and then there'd be like the Anthrax goofy shit. Where nowadays we're like we could all put it together. You could do both.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the bands back then, like this '80s music. Right now it's retro.
Yep.
But back then it was mainstream pop.
Mainstream pop.
So like the bands at that time were trying to be as much not that as possible.
True.
The same way how like I'm trying to be as far as like I don't know, Olivia Rodrigo. I don't want to
right. Nothing like it.
Rodrigo.
Yeah. That's fucking great. Yeah, no, and you do a great job with it, man. And then another thing that all ties into this, because this guy's so fucking out there and just does shit his own way. He's got his fucking school bus. When I'm at RPM and I'm walking down the thing and there's this crazy fucking guy beeping and yelling at it, and I'm like, what the it's fucking Erik fucking flying down the road. I didn't know you're fucking driving the truck. I pissed my pants so fucking hard. It is the greatest image watching this bad motherfucker lead singer of Bonginator driving his fucking school bus.
Yeah, we love the school bus, man. Like, we got our first school bus. This is our second one. Our first one we got, I think, just a little over 2 years ago. And that did us really well. It was a Chevy Express bus, so it was like really small. Still like bigger than a van, but it was like the shortest bus you could get.
Yep.
And it's just like the body, like the engine of Chevy Express 3500.
Nice.
But then the one we have now is a Bluebird Vision in 2009. And it's like a diesel engine. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, that's sick. I saw it moving at RPM. You were fucking flying, man. I was like, but then I was like, I don't want to know what goes on in that fucking bus, guys. That fucking bus. Stay the fuck away from there. That's Erik's fun time bonanza personally.
Yeah, we just smoke a lot of weed and sleep in there.
That's what you need it for, right? That's
Right?
so fucking sick, dude.
Do you got beds in there?
Yeah, we have beds. There's a bunk bed and then two, like I have a full size mattress and then there's like another bunk. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. We couldn't have that many beds in the last one.
No, that thing's fucking huge. And speaking of huge, his appetite for music is huge. It's not just Bonginator. It's not them at all. I went and saw a little band at the Alchemy in Providence called Scissor Hash. And let me tell you, my life has been changed forever. I saw shit at this live show I cannot speak of on this podcast. Literally, definitely. There was so much shit involved in this show, guys. But the thing is, again, people will say, and they'll just point to these things, what's on screen. Listen to the fucking music. Watch these guys on stage. Watch these musicians. Watch the passion. And it's there. And that was just another killer fucking show.
Yeah, Scissor Hash is the passion project of me and Jack Shanahan.
Yep.
Who he's now the bassist in Bonginator, but he's also in the band Practical Gore.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Sick.
And him and I, we're just that's just our outlet for all like the fucked up shit.
Yeah.
We just enjoy. And it's like it's funny because like Bonginator's a silly band, but then Scissor Hash is just, the wildest shit I could come up with.
The wildest shit. The fucking Erik Larson thing up there fucking showing. I was like,
Daniel Larson.
Daniel Larson. I'm like, where's Josh Black? What does band mean? B-A-N-N. Shut the fuck up, Josh. Go have another fucking drink. I like all that crazy shit, too. I like watching all that crazy shit just like you, man.
Dude, me too. Dude, World of T-shirts, that's been like bad recently.
What the fuck, though? Like, we went from this goofy little bastard, right? Having a nice little time. This guy's not going to be alive soon, man. This guy's committing assaults now, dropping language.
He hits the wrong person, he's going to get arrested for sure.
You see that? That's the change in this arc. Like this guy, you'd always look at look at this little asshole. He's running around acting like a... No, he's walking up to people, kicking them, punching them, cursing them out.
Like yelling racial slurs.
What the fuck is going on with this guy?
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, so like the thing that always, like, whenever I think of this, just blows my mind, is you think about, like, Daniel Larson, Joshua Block.
Yep.
Daniel Larson never did any substances.
Right.
True,
that's true. Yeah, he's just fucking crazy.
I think it's fair to say, like all of Josh's problems that he has right now would just stop if he stopped drinking.
It's so fucking true. It's so true, Erik. It's too, like, on a Saturday night. If I could just stop fucking drinking on a Saturday night, my Sunday morning would be a lot better. I wouldn't have to see the mess in the texts I sent. And that guy's doing that shit every fucking day. Every day. It's scary, man.
It's insane, dude.
And then there are people you see that try and help him, but then like that bass guy, they don't want to help him. They're like, let's fucking make the money.
Yeah, it's such a bad situation for him right now. But like, I think if he just like stopped drinking and really committed to it, then he'd see like a lot of people would support that.
Oh, I think he'd be bigger than ever. I think this guy would literally, instead of his living to paycheck and all this bullshit, I've only been to 6 countries. Dickhead, I've never been to any country. I've been in this fucking country.
I've only been to 7 countries. Other people have been to more countries than I have.
Get a job.
That's what gets me, man.
So crazy.
Whenever I like start to feel sorry for him, I just remember how like selfish.
Oh, when he walks up, you unemployed bitch, get a job. Go back to your country. The fuck?
My God, dude. He's the worst.
He's the worst human being in the fucking world. But
have you heard his songs?
Oh my fuck. His fuck. What was I can't fucking remember. They're in my head right now.
He recently put out Drink On. That's my
Drink On. Drink.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. I know it's the other one. It's like 12 o'clock, but I don't care. Some shit. I don't fucking remember. It's just somewhere.
Yeah.
Drunk Forever? Is that Forever Drunk? Forever Drunk. Yeah. Eric, you gonna cover this shit? I mean, this is gold here. You could do the fucking Josh Black EP.
It's already a really bad cover.
Show him how it's done. Take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy though. But I'm like, I watched that, and I don't know if that, and I think like it even relates to some of the imagery in Scissor Hash, some of the topics with Bonginator. It's like you just get desensitized. The way I look at that stuff and go, it's not real. Like, even though this poor bastard is real and he's ruining his life and he's hurting all his family and his loved ones and regular people, but we watch it on TikTok. I'm like, oh shit, it's on again, and I'm like watching, and
it's like reading the news in the morning.
It is.
And like every morning, I check the clips page on TikTok. World of Sigmas.
Dude, he's up to like Sigma's 9 now. That guy keeps getting fucking banned all the time. I logged into Tinder as one does. What does banned mean? Fucking still to this day, dude. Yeah, all those, and everyone's making so much money off this shit. And I feel like he could make, like you said, if he cleaned up his act. Because there's a difference between having fun and then just fucking being a piece of shit. I mean, that's all he is.
Yeah, I mean, if he cleaned up and then actually sued the people that he said,
he could you fucking imagine? He becomes the fucking president.
I'll sue your ass.
I'll sue your ass. You unemployed bitch. Go back to your country. Fucking guy.
God.
And then when he met Daniel Larson, the awkwardness of that conversation was so fucking great.
Yeah, that was with that guy Quinn. He's a scumbag.
Biggest hot dog guy, he's fucking piece of shit. Yeah. My Fetterman's hot dogs. The guy's like 65. He walks around trying to bang like 20-year-olds. It's fucking pathetic.
He's the worst. And yeah, Mr. Based is also like, man, that guy.
I don't know that.
I will say, I think he's the only thing keeping Josh out of prison.
He is, because the way this guy and that guy, Mr. Bass, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'm like, I grew up in New York, so Howard fucking Stern. That guy used to be on Howard Stern as the king of all pimps. Oh. And that guy, that guy had a whole fucking career. He had millions of dollars he lost. And now he's doing this shit. So he is a businessman. So all he's looking at is like, this guy's a cash cow. I got to keep this guy safe. Even though he's feeding his addiction, clearly.
Like they do the text to speech.
Yeah.
And they're getting easily like $100 every like minute.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's so fucking crazy. How am I not doing that with me yelling all the time? Text to speech. Say whatever the fuck you want. I can be a piece of shit. Eric, is that a stretch? To find out I'm a piece of shit? I think that would fit the brand perfectly. I think I'd be bigger if I let people know what a piece of shit I am.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you, Eric. I support this. You know what you need? You need Josh at the fucking Funtime Bonanza.
Oh my God.
Dude, I don't know.
Saturday, 6 o'clock, just drop by 6:07. That would be the only violence at the festival. We'd all fucking tear him apart and start a fire with that son of a bitch.
Man, maybe I should.
Dude, well, you'd have to. You'll get fucking sued for that one. That was fucking so great, dude. That was like such a great lineup too. And do you think you'll have Scissor Hash playing there next year? Back to Scissor Hash?
There's like a roster of bands that are just like me and my friends that like, put it on. So like,
that's sick.
Who else? So RSI, Frog Mallet, are these some of the bands?
Yeah, Wretched Inferno. Yeah. Scissor Hash, Practical Gore.
Another one of your friends I just got to know is Roach from Pageant. That's a fucking great fucking
Roach
band.
Is the man.
He's the shit, isn't he?
Yeah, Roach is the best.
I saw him at your at RSI at fucking RPM, fucking throwing fucking bottles and shit for you. That was fucking sick.
Oh, and all that weed smoke.
Roach is the best.
No, you got a good crew of people that are like, they seem crazy, but they're not. They're like really down to earth, and they know what they're doing, and they're passionate, and they appreciate you a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a sick crew. I've just, it's just through like going to shows and being in the scene, you meet awesome people.
That's the thing I love most about it too. And like, again, I'm older, right? So shit happened in life, and you fucking take a break from all this stuff. And I got back into it hardcore recently, and it's just like, this is where I belong. Like, I want to meet as many people. You get it, right? Like, you just meet these, and you're right, you meet these people, they were just strangers, and all of a sudden, like 3 weeks later, you're like, I trust this guy in my fucking life.
Yeah, for real.
It's so
That's
crazy.
How it is, especially at the festivals,
The festivals again, like, and you were right, spot on. Eric, he fucking let me know about RPM, and you said it was like your fest, but family friendly. Dude, though,
nothing wrong with it.
Dude, I caused some. Sorry to make this about me, but you know me, I love myself. I played the trivia on Saturday night. They had a heavy metal trivia, and they were like, pick your team's name and everything. So I'm like, it's fucking Slayer, of course. And then the guy running the trivia is like, no, what's your name? So I scream like my loudest fucking Slayer in his face. And I fucking caused such an unfriendly family scene at this fucking thing. It was so fucking psychotic. I wish you were there to see it because you were appreciated the stupidity. I started throwing shit. I was twerking in front of the people. I was yelling at everybody. I stormed out one time, and we came in third place, and I had to drive home that night. It's like 2 a.m. And Eric, third fucking place, the prize was free drinks at the fucking bar. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me here. The fuck?
You went to the metal trivia. Oh, that was at RPM?
RPM's metal trivia was fucking, it was normal. It was normal, right? And then a couple of followers got me to go, and I promised them. So I'm like, that's how I'm with the followers. When I go out, I try and spend time. And I see you do the same shit with everybody, and you spend time, and you talk to people. It's fucking really cool. Yeah. And they had me play it, and there was like 2 teams. And by the time I caused such a scene, we filled up the tent. Like, you just heard this fucking loudmouth guy screaming the whole fucking time, flipping tables, acting like a lunatic. Had a good time. I was sober. I was sober. All I was doing too was like, fuck, I'm driving home now. I was like, I got to go home and smoke. I got to go home. That's all I got to fucking do. That was all it was. I had so much adrenaline. How do you handle that when you end a fucking show? Because you come out like king of the world. How do you just calm down?
Oh, dude, it's like before the set, I'll be all stressed out. Then I go on stage and I just feel amazing afterwards.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's the endorphins, the adrenaline.
That's stress, though, right? That's stress of getting ready to go. And I don't know it to your level, but
it's mostly like I stress out about like things being on time and things going well, like my gear and everything involved in the show.
Yep.
And then once I'm through and once it's over, I just feel awesome.
And then when you go like, do you get right out of there? Do you hang around with people? Or you just like pack up and hey?
Yeah. No, I hang out out after the show.
Yep. Yeah, I saw even at with Scissor Hash at the Alchemy too. Like, and that's when I was like, dude, he's got all his friends around him, like all these fucking people. I'm like, from all this different shit, and it's just such a fucking sick thing, dude. It's such a great vibe that you keep, and such like again, there's people around you that are that passionate, and that's my thing with music is watching your passion for it. You can tell the bands that like. People will be like, what's a poser? I'm like, to me, a poser is that. Is a poser that's someone that doesn't enjoy what they're doing. They don't like what they're doing. They're putting it down, right? We've seen bands that do that. They're actually putting down their own genres. They're just cash grabbing it. This guy's having fun, guys. He's having too much fun, but he's having fun.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel what you're saying. I wanted to ask about the metal trivia thing. You know Shay, who did the one at the Bonanza?
Yes.
So Kodo in Salem,
yep,
like basically hit them up, and now they do it like once a month.
Are you gonna ever get? I want to get up there. I was supposed to go to this last one, but I was sick. Where they did, and of course, Eric, you know what they do? The thrash trivia. Thrash trivia. What the fuck? What? I beat that in 2 seconds. The first one was black metal.
Shay does like a different genre every time.
Yeah. Although I won't be allowed to pull the shit I pulled at RPM where I was screaming fucking Slayers at the top of my lungs because it'll be in a restaurant. But yeah, I want to get up there.
I thought they was sick because like the Bonanza, that was their first time doing it.
Yep. Oh, that was her first time doing the trivia at the Bonanza. Oh shit.
Yeah. And then like they got picked up by Kodum.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
It's so fucking cool. That thing, and that's why I said I appreciated you so much too, because like getting back out to being around those fucking people. And then she wanted me to do the video blog. And I can't do a normal blog. Like I can't just fucking say something normal. I got to be screaming and shit. And she was just great. I talked to her and her friends and then other people in your network. And I was just like, dude, this whole fucking group, man. Like this is just down to earth people. Yeah, we're a little fucking crazy. Yeah, we all got our little problems. But still, it was like, she was awesome. And that's the vibe that festival gives to everybody that needs to go there next year. It's that vibe of family. You're welcome instantly. No one's judging you, right? No one gave a shit how you dress, what you're doing. Felt super comfortable the second I walked in.
Yeah, everyone's great.
And then you're helping the first trivia. Everything's first with you. What else is in fucking store for you right now? I mean, you already fucking did everything.
I'm an inventor.
An inventor, dude. A modern day fucking Einstein or some shit. Which one of your favorite things you do, which I have to do right now to pay tribute, is because you fucking made me piss my pants, is what Eric likes to do food reviews. So I was like, let me get this bread. I found some bread, Eric, just a standard loaf of bread. And the way Eric likes to rank it is a 1 or a 2. You could rank it 1 to 2, right? Costco. Yeah, the chicken bacon Costco, that got a 2.
Yeah, I got a 2. They got a 2.
The 2, the hot dog, a 2, the pizza. And it's like, that's all you can do. So it's like, Eric will sit there and it's beautiful because the way these videos are edited, they have like 80s fun time music. And you have this fucking savage and his beast of friends, they're sitting there. And they're just all like, he's like, I have bread. And they'll sit there and they'll be like, I mean, on a 1 to 2, since that's as high as we could go, right. I don't think it deserves a 1 or a 2. But I think it's a big number 2. I think it's a big number 2. That's what I think of this bread. Why'd I buy this shit bread? Why'd I buy this bread? I'm not eating this anymore. Awesome. What the fuck is going on here? Bread. White bread? What am I, basic? So Eric doesn't do it that way. Eric does it actually funnier and more subtle. More subtle. A tad more subtle. How'd you get that idea? Because literally, when you put on there, like, should I do more skits? I'm like, I'm going to tell this motherfucker, just do fucking a skit of this every day. It is so well executed, man.
We try to do it every day on tour. It's just like, it's so hard to keep up with shit when you're like on the road and tired all the time.
Mm-hmm. Got bread in my fucking
so the
beard.
1 to 2, I mean, I just was like, all right, I was like, we gotta have a rating system, like the AJ and Big Justice with the boom or doom.
Oh yeah.
And like everyone has their own rating system. So then Jack just said like 1 to 2. And it was like, that's sick. But what I ended up really liking about it is that like you could eat at some like 5-star restaurant.
Yep.
And like obviously that gets a 2.
Yeah.
Or like, but if something new comes out at like Burger King, and I like kind of don't hate eating it, then like that would also get a 2.
Another 2.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
I could not even like it that much, but if I finish it, I'm gonna be like, well, yeah, I guess it gets a 2.
Yeah, you're like, I know, it's like you go to fucking Burke's and Foxwoods, like some steakhouse, 5 fucking stars. And you're like, oh, the Taco Bell's got a new fucking burrito, both 2s. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It is so funny. It is so great, man. It is such a great idea. It would be a great, like, video, like, oh, that's what I had, that reminds me. That would be a great video to put out, like a special edition to me, all those skits. The fuck, whatever, we don't know. We couldn't get one. But he had these videotapes, these VHS tapes at the Scissor Hash show. And they sold out quick. And I'm dying to know what the fuck was on those tapes.
That's what we watched.
Well, it's the stuff that we show during the set.
Yeah.
Oh, so you get your own personal collection of this depravity that you could show at Christmas.
Yeah, and it's like got the music in it.
Oh, so
And
sick.
Yeah, we put it to VHS because obviously that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, so cool.
And yeah, what we ended up, the reason we had so little is because like we only made 7.
Yep.
What we do is we just go to Goodwill and get whatever VHS tapes they have and tape over them.
Okay.
So like it looks a little shittier.
Yep.
But also like you end up with like 45 minutes of something else. And that's cool.
right.
From like watching a bunch of people die and pooping and like killing themselves, and then afterwards it's like the Nutty Professor.
Amazing.
Nutty Professor.
That's right, because Jay was telling me that at the show. Now I remember. See, I fucking can't remember half the things I was saying. That's what I found so funny about it, that you're watching the most vile shit ever. And there's Eddie Murphy doing head spins. You're like, oh, fuck. It's good now. I can relax.
Yeah, we put a lot of funny shit in there. It's a lot of fun to make. Like,
oh, I bet.
Me and Jack are just in a really fucked up shit. And then we, like, the stuff, we had the visuals before, and they were pretty nasty. But then we knew we had to, like, basically between then and now, my laptop was, like, corrupted. It was bricked.
Oh, wow.
I had to do like a full reset, and I lost a couple things, and one of those was the Scissor Hash live set, which is like the whole thing's just in a Reaper project because it's all drum machine and stuff. I use guitar live and the vocals are live, but everything else is just in one Reaper session. So I lost that, and I also lost the video we were doing, so we had to start from scratch. But we made it a lot better, in my opinion.
Nice.
And the stuff we use for the visuals is like a huge step above. Like it was very upsetting to put together.
Oh, I bet.
Because you got to keep in mind, for every like 5 seconds of a video of a clip you see, that's like we not only watched that whole thing, but also probably went through like 3 or 4 other things before we found a really good one.
Yep.
So we were doing that. It took probably like 2 days of us really like going at it. And then like another 2 days of me like editing it and just watching some of the most like vile shit.
Guys, he's not fucking kidding when he's talking vile. He had to turn around while he was watching you, and I was just, I'm like, I'm from the 80s.
What was it?
The poop.
What was it?
It was the poop.
Poop?
Yeah. That was crazy.
There was one with the chick in the high heels. See, and I watched the whole episode. I'm like, this is great TV. This is fun time. This reminds me of my youth and my prime.
Yeah.
We were all fucked up from back in the day. I mean, all that shit you could find, this craziest videos. Like, remember, I'm around from when the internet like got fucking invented, and that's all it was out there. You'd hit like a file thinking you'd see. Oh, all of it. It was all so fucking sick. So I don't care. I was like, yeah, fun time to me. I enjoyed it. I think you should do like a drive-through movie theater with that on. Driving.
A lot of it kind of became this like leaning into the aesthetic of that, where it's like so we designed the VHS to be exactly like those documentary tapes you'd find video store.
Yep.
So it's like too fucked up for the internet,
yeah.
You know, like
so great.
Was that Mr.
Yeah,
Hands?
that's like a lot of our clips we get from like a big one was Banned in America. That was a series of like
oh
DVDs.
yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and that shit's crazy. There's like this video we have from there of like when they arrested a guy for stealing in I forget what country it is. But yeah, they like cut his hands off. It's nuts. It's brutal.
Oh shit. You're a sicker fuck than I thought, Eric. I like this. I like you more and more. I hear these things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, how did you desensitize yourself to that stuff? Like with me, like I said, I was just exposed to a lot, I guess, right?
A lot of people my age were desensitized to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Way earlier. Yeah.
It seems like we're all fucked up, right? It seems like we have these generational gaps that make sense, and it seems like people into this music and horror movies and everything, you know, there's a theme, right? And not all of us have had the easiest shit growing up. There's been a lot of stuff going on, things like that. And I think that's why we're all so open to friends. I think that's why we're so open to meeting people, new people in the scene, right? because a lot of us are the same. We're all the fucking same at the end of the day. Speaking of that, what bands that you've toured? I know you toured with one of my favorites, Brat. That was my fucking. I was so fucking psyched when I didn't get to see it, goddammit, but I was so fucking psyched to see that happen. Who are some of your favorites to tour with so far?
Well, Frog Mallet, definitely.
Yeah.
We're working on our 4th tour with them now.
Nice.
Tour 4.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're just great guys. We've toured with Mutilation Barbecue. They're really sick. We just toured with Telekinetic Yeti.
That's right.
They were some of the nicest guys.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Brat, obviously. I'd say, like, pretty much every band we've toured with, we just, become really good friends with.
Yeah, sick. And you've also, besides these tours, right, I see you do a lot of festivals as well. Besides your own festival, of course, what was your favorite one that you've touched base with so far?
Oh, definitely FTA.
It is, huh? It was that crazy,
yeah. It's there's nothing like it, man. And it was sad because he said this was the last year they're doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's literally like if I did the Bonanza, but like if you gave me like way too much land,
right,
and just like free domain, you know what I mean?
Holy shit!
There was one band we actually became really good friends with was Jump.
Not
They're
familiar.
a Van Halen tribute.
Oh yeah, all right. How the fuck did that happen?
Dude, they fucking nail it. Dude.
Do
oh
they?
My God,
yeah.
The best, dude.
Oh, that's
the guy
sick.
looks just like Roth.
Really?
Split and shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking great.
But yeah, they played FTA, and it turns out like they were all really excited to see us.
Really?
They were like listening to us and shit.
Nice.
And I was like, that's fucking awesome.
That's fucking sick.
But yeah, they were super cool. We hung out, dude. Okay, one thing that was crazy, I went to go get food, and I sat down with 200 Stab Wounds. I've already known them for a while. They're really cool guys. But then all the guys from Gate Creeper were there. And when I sat down, they were all like, "Yo, Bonginator!
Oh, that's sick!"
And they all remembered me from when like I helped them load out at the Middle East.
Wow!
Like, a year ago.
Holy shit!
And I just thought, I was just like, these are the coolest guys fucking ever, because they were so like appreciative, and they all remembered me, and it was sick.
You sold merch for 200 Stab Wounds, right, at the Sonia show?
Yeah, I did just for that one night because their merch guy was meeting them the next day.
That was a dope show.
It was sick. Yeah, I love Sonia.
So fucking crazy. So crazy that band jump at a thing like that and they know who you are. And then I think sometimes you don't even realize just what you're doing in the scene here. Like what a presence you're becoming in the scene, like I said, because it's not only, right, it's bands, it's merch, it's people are looking at you to figure shit out. Because I know even me trying to figure some of them, which we're getting together now finally, but it's not easy. And I know, like you said, one of the great videos. See, like here's even me fanboying out a little. I was fucking one of your ones on TikTok where you talked about people always complain and they quit. And I saw this happen with me on TikTok a few years ago, right? I just did it every day. I started when I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting my ass kicked by everybody in the comments. I sucked. It was horrible. I was just timid. I was afraid. Eric, you wouldn't believe if you saw that. You'd be like, what the fuck is, we should kick the shit out of this guy. And I'm fucking over there weeble wobbling about metal and afraid to yell. But I never quit once I started letting things catch on and once I started screaming in this, right? And I look at all these people I was with that they just stopped doing it. They were just like, it didn't work. But the video you did is when you were like, you all say like, I can't get a label. I can't get a manager. I can't get merch. I can't get an artist. Pick up the fucking phone. You were like, pick up the phone, talk to people, network with people. And it's one of the most inspiring videos I've ever seen for this because it's like, no one's going to hand this. No one's going to say Bonginator's going to make it. You know, the Fun Time Bonanza is going to make it. You've got to fucking do it. And at the same time,
you gotta put yourself in the position.
You've put yourself to accomplish. I mean, where did you even begin? Like with the fucking festival? Like, who did you fucking call first? Like, what? I guess you looked for the land for like, what the fuck? I'm at a loss for words here.
Well, like, I mean, the festival, I grew. This was the 3rd year.
Yep.
So last year was like a huge jump, and then last year like 23, and then this year was even bigger. And I think it's just like people just keep talking about it. But I think the point I was making in that TikTok was like, you can't just like wait for people to reach out to you.
Right.
You know, you have to like go seek out,
Yep.
you know, the information you need. You gotta like, and you just gotta talk to people. And the most important thing is like just go to shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, go to shows. That's where you meet the people that are like working at your level, and
Right.
that's when you like, you just gotta talk to people.
It's so true, and it's. I mean, look what you just said with Gate Creeper too. Like, if you're not out doing that shit or helping people and being one of those people that everyone goes like, this guy's really chill. By doing that, all of a sudden, like they fucking know who you are, right? And then the word gets out more and fucking more. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's the craziest shit I see with people is they just don't put. They're literally sitting there like, why isn't Nuclear Blast calling me today? Like, well, why the fuck are they? Don't know the fuck. They don't give a fuck who you are. There's 8 million bands like you just doing nothing and just hoping someone's gonna knock on a door. And there's a guy like fucking Erik that's like, I'm gonna just make all my own shit. I'm gonna find out how to distribute shit. So yeah, that video really stuck with me.
If you're like a new band and like you're just kind of like sending emails to promoters,
Yep.
but they don't know who you are. A lot of people don't want to do that because it's like, okay, like they're not gonna bring anyone. They just want to play a gig.
Yep.
Whereas like, if you go to the show and talk to the people working on it, like give them your info, you're much more likely to start an actual conversation.
True. It's so
and
true.
Like that applies to like, right, like the Bonanza.
Yep.
Right. There's a lot of bands that submitted where it's just like I don't know who you are. I've never like seen, like, I don't have to. That's the point of the submission. But like, I've never seen you at a show.
Right.
I go and see if their band's like playing at a lot of shows and they're not.
Yep.
And yeah, that's just a huge, you know, red flag across the board when it comes to booking bands. You want bands that are like, you know, putting in the work and engaging in the scene.
So true. And I like fucking years ago, I didn't know what I was doing yet. I was just like, a friend of mine had a band. And like I said, I was always good on the phone and networking and talking to people. So he's like, do you want to manage us? I'm like, I'll try. I can know what the fuck I'm doing. But I started calling everywhere. I was calling like, and then their friend had a cover band with like 80s pop, Poison, cock rock, all that type of shit. And like, I'd be calling casinos. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was. But to your point, I'd be calling, or I would just walk into the venue that night while cover bands are playing, right? And going like, who is that guy he's talking to? What's going on with this? And this band that I was trying to really help out, like I booked them a gig in Atlantic City and they were all in Rhode Island. And I was like, we got you a place. Like, this is great. This is fucking amazing. Like, you guys aren't really doing a lot. Out of the 4 guys, 3 out of the 4 were like, we're not going. That's going to cost us money. Yeah, I quit. I quit that fucking day because I hadn't, you can imagine my temper had a fucking massive blowout. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, you know how long it took me just to get this? You guys can't get shit booked. I've got you booked. Well, by the time we have to get like a room or blah, blah, I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, this is how it all starts now. You get out there. Yeah. But like you said, people want to hear like, here's your record contract. Here's your tour. Here's your artwork. We heard one song from you. Let's do this. So
no, that never happens.
Never fucking happens, man. And here you are, like, you're trying to fucking tell these little bastards, yet there's still so many bands. And it's like, guys, you got to put fucking effort. It's got to be your passion. And that goes for influencers, too, on my side. Like, when people say to me, why can't I get, or I'd have people tell me, oh, you have this X amount on TikTok, but on Instagram, that means you're going to get nobody. And I'm like, fuck that shit. I'll be doing 2 separate videos, right? Plus launching a 3rd YouTube thing now, because you've got to just, if you want it, you've got to fucking chase it. No one's going to come, right? No, and like, just like you accomplish these different things by putting in the fucking work. And I'm sure too, as you understand, right? Sometimes we get failures. Sometimes things miss, right? And it doesn't fucking stop you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So that video stuck with me, and I think a lot of people should seek that video out. And people are gonna be like, "You're gonna tell me Erik from Bonginator is gonna tell me how to live my life?" I'm like, "Yeah, he is gonna tell you how to live your fucking life. He's successful, and that's the blueprint right there." And you just see it at the shows, definitely at those small clubs. Like, you just see the networking going on and everybody talking with everybody and all that cool shit. And that's what I wanted to ask you too. As far as venues, what do you prefer? Like, when you go out, where do you want to play? Do you want the small place, big place, outdoors, indoors?
I mean, outdoor shows are always fun. I will say it's always like, bigger rooms are only fun if they're like really packed out.
Yeah. Right.
And you know, like Bonginator's not that kind of band yet.
Right.
So like I'd way rather play like a 100 cap room where everyone's like going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like I'm trying to think. We recently played, like, we were recently in Pittsburgh, and we were booked at this spot called Mr. Smalls, but they canceled on us because of like low ticket sales. Because that venue's huge.
Yeah.
Like, that's like an 800 cap room.
Okay.
But then like we ended up moving to a way smaller room.
Yep.
And they like all the people that bought tickets for that came to here, and it was packed. It was
sick.
That's
sick.
Like way better.
Yeah.
It was like way better than what that other show would have been like.
Yeah, you need that vibe in that audience. And when Bonginator comes out, like I said, I've seen you in a few places now. And it doesn't matter the way you play when you have your diehards there. They are so fucking into you guys.
Oh, yeah.
The stage show with the bong smoking. Again,
awesome.
you up there just like, I'm fucking Eddie Van Halen. Like the hair's flowing, the fucking bandana's on. And guys, it turns into just such fucking chaos. And then he tells you, if you're going to be in the front row, be prepared, right? You're going to get fucking high as a motherfucker right now. It was so fucking sick, dude.
How much weed did you
burn?
burn?
We did all that stuff for the festival run because that's like all like outside.
Yep.
Massachusetts actually has like crazy laws on like using fog and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, like it's a huge fire code thing.
Wow.
But yeah, so you typically use the bongs with the fog. But it was sick for that run.
Yeah, it was.
That was fucking crazy, dude.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, we did the leaf blower.
Yep.
With the weed in it. That was sick.
That was so fucking sick.
How much weed was that?
It typically held an ounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That
was my favorite part.
Well, and then another one of my highlights of that festival is when we were eating lunch together and you were eating those fucking ribs and you were fucking out of your dude. It was the greatest thing. I've never seen it. This was like fucking Fred Flintstone rack of ribs. The table's fucking falling over. And then greatest shit, so huge. And then he's eating the mac and cheese, one of my funniest fucking things. You had me fucking pissing myself. You're like, this is shit. And you're just like gobbling it up. It's so fucking great.
Dude, that mac and cheese sucked.
Everybody that got it, it was like a straight, one after another. And everyone's like, this is fucking trash.
Yeah, it's like the cheese had split. And
it
was almost like a macaroni salad. It was just so bland.
So fucking bland. So bland.
Ribs, dude. Oh my goodness.
That was fucking crazy. And watching you house him was fucking crazy. I'm like, this guy is a fucking icon right here. This guy is fucking nuts. And what do you like when you're out? Is that now I see you go to Costco sometimes? I believe I saw you go to some hot dog joints. Do you guys just pick a fucking place, whatever's easiest, whatever's like gonna cheapest shit, whatever?
Well, like, so it depends what region we're in, right? We love Waffle House.
No, that's awesome. Bonginator should love Waffle House. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's like Midwest and Southeast. And then when we're in like this cookout in like North Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, there's more and more of them now.
Yeah.
That place is sick and it's cheap as hell.
Nice.
Yeah, like you get like a tray, which is like an entree and two sides. You can get like a double burger, and then like a corn dog and like a chicken wrap, and that's $8.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
And you'll also just like get stuff from grocery stores a lot.
Yep. Smart.
Trying to think. Also, the new one has like a wheelchair lift that folds out, and I put a grill on it.
Amazing.
Cool. So like we'll cook out in some parking lots sometimes.
Oh, it's fucking sick. Yeah, because I know that's other shit people don't think about in bands, right? You got to keep costs at the right fucking places. Everything's a fucking budget, and at the same time, you got to eat good and feel good because you guys are doing a lot of fucking travel. And what do you? If you had to give that advice to bands with travel, like that's another thing you got to put some effort into, right? Like everything's not going to go fucking easy all the time.
Yeah. I mean, a huge way to cut costs is to, design your vehicle so you can sleep in it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the most comfortable, but it's safe. Like I know a lot of bands that get hotel rooms every night, and it fucking eats up.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Trying to think, like, yeah, that's probably the best advice I can give, honestly. That's, like, probably been the biggest game-changing thing for us with the bus.
With the bus.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, you know, we do a lot of driving at night.
Yep.
It really helps to have like an extra person in your crew that can drive. But yeah, we do a lot of the driving at night because our vehicles, it caps out at like 62.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a fucking bus.
Limiter on it.
Yeah.
So we have we usually have like a few extra hours added to our trips.
Wow. It's worth it for the fucking image though. Seeing you roll up in the school bus.
I love it.
It's fucking crazy. It makes me so fucking. Why does it make me so happy? I don't fucking know. Why does Josh Black getting blackout drunk, kicking the shit out of a lamppost make me happy? Can't tell you that either. There's just some things I like. There's just some things I fucking like, dude. And everything about your vibe and image, and it's a good time, and it's fun, and it's fucking brutal. And maybe I'll end with the back to the New England Fun Time Bonanza. I know I keep talking about it, but it was such a fucking sick time. We already know Bonginator's the baddest fucking death metal band on the planet. That goes without saying. Scissor Hash will be there. They'll be playing arenas. Bonginator headlining. Scissor Hash opening. But 2025 for the Bonanza, you're going to delegate some stuff, take some stuff off your plate because you were breaking your ass. You were... how are you fucking standing? You were running everywhere in that place, dude. No matter where I went, I'm like, here's fucking Erik. But do you got any plans for that? Is it going to be the end of June again, so we can let some people know, like they got to, because I'll be pumping that again next year. I want fucking everybody there.
It's going to be like that same time.
Nice.
Like, the end of June.
Yep.
I haven't locked too much in yet.
No.
I'm just starting to plan it out. Yeah.
And you said less bands this time you're going for?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of bands, but less than 43.
Yeah.
43 was fucking crazy. 43 was nuts, man. It was so great too. It was such a great time. Bonginator's a great time. You've been a great time. I'd love to have you again. I got to have Vic on here, clearly. She's fucking fun to talk to. Jay. Just have the whole fucking family, maybe, Just have a group fucking thing going on. What's coming up next for Bonginator? What do you want to plug?
We're working on a new album really hard. It sounded fucking awesome.
Nice.
We're working on a tour that's coming up in January. I can't give too much info.
All right.
And yeah, that's about it.
Like that's enough. I mean, you've already done 8,000 fucking things this year, man. The winter's coming. And then before you know it, everything will be full scale. And I just really mean it. And I don't have to tell you this. You already fucking know how big you're going to become with this shit. You know where your band's going to go. And it's because you're putting in that hard work and you're putting out a quality product. So it's not, right? Yeah, it's not just, it's the shit that comes out, the song, like Blood Diner and everything. The fucking stuff is genius, dude. And it just never fucking stops. And I feel like you have one of those brains that just doesn't stop. And we have so much more yet to come with you.
Thank you.
You got it, man. Well, Erik, it's been a pleasure. As always. Man. I really appreciate you coming on here. Again, I will, as I become a multi-trillionaire super celebrity as the Madman, I will never forget when you invited me up there. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I was telling my family, my friends, Erik, it meant so much to me, man. It meant so much to me, dude. It really did. And I came up there and you checked up on me immediately. You kept checking in on me. That's family, bro. That's what I said. I mean this. If you need something with next year, you need some skulls broken, you need me to make some phone calls with some people, you just let me know. I mean it. Like anything I can do to help, okay? All right, dude.
No, I'll be in contact.
Yeah, I'm a good resource for picking up that phone and finding shit we need. So I don't take no for an answer, if you can tell.
But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You got it, man. Thanks for the love, and I'll be talking to you soon, brother.
Absolutely, dog. Thank
All right,
you
man.
for having me.
See you later.
Thank you.
All right.
Peace out.
What a great time that was. What a magical time, Evan. I just wanted to say, having Erik on, real good guy, real good dude, real fun guy. Great merch. And when I think of merch, though, what reminded me of merch is our buddy Greg over at the Hall of Horror. Find him on Instagram. Find him at festivals, at shows. He just did a pop-up shop. This guy's got the sickest VHS cassettes. He's got vinyl. He's got producer Ethan's doing some crazy shit back there. He's got everything you could imagine. He's got T-shirts. He's got a record label. Any of those younger bands trying to find someone for distribution, things like that, talk to him. Hall of Horror on Instagram. If you see him at a show, I've had Madman followers go up to them and say, I know the Madman. He'll treat you good. Great dude, isn't he?
He really is.
Video games, too. Speaking of that, just reminded me, Greg's at video games. Hall of Horror. Go on his Insta, follow him. Leave a comment, say the Madman sent you. And another person you should visit is Port of Worcester Tattoo, where I got all these, look at me. Aren't I adorable? Aren't I adorable? I look pretty good. And I got these tattoos and this beauty at the Port of Worcester Tattoo in East Brookfield. Is that the town?
Yes, it is.
East Brookfield, Massachusetts, little rinky-dink town. They got a lake. They got roller skates. I don't know what else they got. They ain't got no Burger King. They ain't got no modern amenities, but they got a sick tattoo shop. Rich Green, look him up on Facebook. Got to pump him to get his Instagram going. Guy's an old school biker. Big deadhead. Guy's seen ton of metal punk shows, can tell you all the history, all these bands, seeing shows in Worcester and Boston. He'll tell you about the other place in the Brookfields. There's a recording studio where Aerosmith did and stuff.
Yeah, over in, I think, North Brookfield it was.
North Brookfield, yeah.
Rolling Stones, Creed's first album.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
This is crazy, too, because we've driven past this piece of shit town or towns. I'm like, this is pieces of shits. I'm expecting some Leatherface to come out, chop us in half, and sell our meat.
Middle of nowhere.
Middle of fucking nowhere. I don't know how these people live. I don't know how they survive out there. This is the apocalypse. You people worried about who wins the election? Go to the fucking Brookfields in Massachusetts. Zombie fucking and there's so many old people out there. It's The Walking Dead.
It is.
It's brains. I need brains. It's so fucking crazy. But Rich Green, Port of Worcester Tattoo. I'm thinking of getting another new tattoo soon. I just got my acid bath one, which I love.
Yeah, I got to get one from him, too. I'm thinking of Jive Bomb tattoo.
Jive Bomb. Ethan was thinking of one we were talking about. Everybody's got shit going on with this guy. Great time. We'll see you guys later.